President Aquino today attended the premiere screening of the documentary Rescue in the Philippines, Refuge from the Holocaust. The documentary is a film on Jews fleeing persecution in Nazi Germany during World War II. In his message during the film screening in Malacanang, the president said there are important lessons in the story of the Jewish escape to Manila. Ignacio filed this report.
President Aquino recognizes the Philippines' greatest contribution in the lives of innocent civilians during World War II. Under the leadership of former President Manuel L. Quezon, the Philippines became asylum of more than 1,000 Jews who escaped Nazi tyranny. The story was featured in a documentary entitled Rescue in the Philippines, Refuge from the Holocaust.
Though the Philippines was thousands of miles removed from these events, our forefathers knew that oppression like this could not go unnoticed. Large crowds participated in public protests against Nazi actions, and the solidarity of Filipinos did not stop there. Through the leadership of then-President Manuel Quezon, the work of the Frieder brothers, and the help of High Commissioner Paul MacNutt, and then Colonel Dwight D. Eisenhower, it became the policy of the Philippine government to allow the immigration of Jewish refugees into the country. I am told that the Philippines was prepared to accept thousands of refugees, but due to circumstances beyond control, only around 1,200 were able to arrive and make new lives in Manila.
The president added that through solidarity, Filipinos were able to rise from the challenges not only from violence but from the devastation brought by calamities, including Super Typhoon Yolanda.
A few of our guests have already lived through this story and have seen its lessons in practice in their lives. The rest of us can be heartened by the fact that as we look back on our shared history and rekindle old friendships, we can see striking similarities to the relationships we are forging today. I take this opportunity to extend our gratitude to Russ Hodge, Cindy Scott, Dr. Barbara Sasser, Peggy Ellis, the rest of the team behind Rescue in the Philippines, and other Jewish organizations for their generous assistance, especially after Typhoon Haiyan struck our country. From arranging for the donation of my writers tell me $2.5 million worth of prosthetics to raising around $1.4 million for the survivors of the typhoon.
In the end, the president hopes that the Philippines will serve as an inspiration to many. After
the Vietnam War era, the Philippines again became host to a lot of refugees, the so-called Vietnamese boat people. It is ironic in a sense because our immigration laws are some of the most stringent. But whenever there is an emergency, it seems our country, through various decades and various epochs, has always stood up to address the needs of their fellow men. This we hope to encourage further and hopefully rekindling our memories of the history or of our shared history will enliven the dedication of the generations present and to come that this is really a shared responsibility.
For the People's Television, Ignacio.